cuisine.
But I must say, when I heard that I won the Oscar, I didn't win the Oscar. No, God forbid. I didn't win. I was nominated.
Right.
And I went into the bar.
The life and sad ending of Al Pacino. Al Pacino was born Alfredo James Pacino on April 25, 1940, in the East Harlem neighborhood of New York City. He is the son of Italian-American parents Rose Girardi and Salvatore Pacino. His parents divorced when he was 2 years old. One of the most powerful human emotional needs, including among children, is the earnest desire to be loved and accepted entirely because we want to do so, not be forced to try. Deep down in the heart of all people, old and young, all aspire to receive the love and acceptance of those around us, but first of all, family members. This boy lacks this affection. In his teenage years, Pacino was known as Sonny to his friends. He had ambitions to become a baseball player and was also nicknamed the Actor. He attended Herman Ritter Junior High School, but soon dropped out of most of his classes except for English. He subsequently attended the High School of Performing Arts, after gaining admission by audition. His mother disagreed with his decision and, after an argument, he left home. To finance his acting studies, Pacino took low-paying jobs as a messenger, busboy, janitor, and postal clerk, as well as once working in the mailroom for Commentary magazine. Because they are not paid attention to their parents, children do not know how to choose the right direction. Children who lack love from their parents often have to seek advice from others because of their lack of self-confidence and self-control. In particular, they also lack an understanding of limits and categories and easily fall into the antisocial state. Pacino began smoking and drinking at age 9 and used marijuana casually at age 13, but he abstained from hard drugs. His two closest friends died from drug abuse at the ages of 19 and 30. Growing up in the Bronx, Pacino got into occasional fights and was considered somewhat of a troublemaker at school. He acted in basement plays in New York's theatrical underground, but was rejected as a teenager by the Actors Studio. Pacino joined the HB Studio, where he met acting teacher Charlie Lawton, who became his mentor and best friend. In this period, he was often unemployed and homeless and sometimes slept on the street, in theaters or at friends' houses. In 1962, Pacino's mother died at the age of 43. The following year, his grandfather James also died. Pacino recalled it as the lowest point of his life and said, "I was 22, and the two most influential people in my life had gone, so that sent me into a tailspin." Pacino has fathered 3 children. The eldest, Julie Marie, is his daughter with acting coach Jan Tarrant. He has twins, son Anton James and daughter Olivia Rose, with actress Beverly D'Angelo, with whom he had a relationship from 1996 until 2003. He has never been married. Pacino had a relationship with his The Godfather trilogy co-star Diane Keaton. Their on-again, off-again relationship ended after the filming of The Godfather Part 3. Pacino had a 10-year relationship with Argentine actress Lucila Pollack from 2008 to 2018, with what has been through the same point the evolution of the milestones that he has gone through. In 1968, Pacino starred in Israel Horowitz's The Indian Wants the Bronx at the Astor Place Theater, playing Murph, a street punk. The play opened January 17, 1968, and ran for 177 performances. It was staged in a double bill with Horowitz. It's called The Sugar Plum, starring Kleberg. He won an Obie Award for Best Actor for his role, with John Cazale winning for Best Supporting Actor and Horowitz for Best New Play. Pacino took the production of The Indian Wants the Bronx to Italy for a performance at the Festival dei Due Mondi in Spoleto. It was Pacino's first journey to Italy. He later recalled that performing for an Italian audience was a marvelous experience. Pacino and Kleberg were cast in Deadly Circle of Violence, an episode of the ABC television series NYPD, premiering November 12, 1968. Pacino continued performing on stage in the 1970s, winning a second Tony Award for the basic training of Pablo Hummel and performing the title role in Richard III. In the 1980s, Pacino again achieved critical success on stage while appearing in David Mamet's American Buffalo, for which Pacino was nominated for a Drama Desk Award. Since 1990, Pacino's stage work has included revivals of Eugene O'Neill's Huey, Oscar Wilde's Salome, and in 2005, Lyle Kessler's Orphans. In October 2002, Pacino starred in Bertolt Brecht's The Resistible Rise of Arturo Ui for the National Actors Theatre and Complicité. The production was a critical success in which Pacino grabs and holds the attention like a coiled spring about to snap. He is all brooding menace and crocodile grimace, butchering his way to the top with unnervingly sinister glee. Pacino returned to the stage in the summer of 2010, playing Shylock in the Shakespeare in the Park production, The Merchant of Venice. The acclaimed production moved to Broadway at the Broadhurst Theatre in October, earning $1 million at the box office in its first week. The performance also garnered him a Tony Award nomination for Best Leading Actor in a Play. His role as a heroin addict in The Panic in Needle Park brought Pacino to the attention of director Francis Ford Coppola, who cast him as Michael Corleone in what became a blockbuster mafia film, The Godfather. Pacino's performance earned him an Academy Award nomination and offered a prime example of his early acting style. This was described by Halliwell's film guide as intense and tightly clenched. Pacino boycotted the Academy Award ceremony, insulted at being nominated for the Supporting Acting Award, as he noted that he had more screen time than co-star and Best Actor winner Marlon Brando, who also boycotted the awards, but for unrelated reasons. In 1973, Pacino co-starred in Scarecrow with Gene Hackman and won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. That same year, Pacino was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor after starring in Serpico, based on the true story of New York City policeman Frank Serpico, who went undercover to expose the corruption of fellow officers. In 1974, Pacino reprised his role as Michael Corleone in The Godfather Part II, which was the first sequel to win the Best Picture Oscar. Pacino was nominated a third time for an Oscar, this second nomination for the Corleone role being in the lead category. In 1975, he enjoyed further success with the release of Dog Day Afternoon, based on the true story of bank robber John Wojtowicz. It was directed by Sidney Lumet, who had directed him in Serpico a few years earlier, and Pacino was again nominated for Best Actor. In 1977, Pacino starred as a race car driver in Bobby Deerfield, directed by Sidney Pollack, and received a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor, Motion Picture Drama for his portrayal of the title role. His next film was the courtroom drama. Pacino was lauded by critics for his wide range of acting abilities and nominated for the Best Actor Oscar for the fourth time. He lost out that year to Dustin Hoffman in Kramer vs. Kramer, a role that Pacino had declined. During the 1970s, Pacino had 4 Oscar nominations for Best Actor, for his performances in Serpico, The Godfather Part II, Dog Day Afternoon, and Justice for All. Pacino's career slumped in the early 1980s, his appearances in The Controversial Cruising, a film that provoked protests from New York's gay community, and the comedy-drama Author. Author was critically panned. However, his performance in Scarface, directed by Brian De Palma, proved to be a career highlight and a defining role. Upon its initial release, the film was critically panned due to violent content, but later received critical acclaim. The film did well at the box office, grossing over $45 million domestically. Pacino earned a Golden Globe nomination for his role as Cuban drug lord Tony Montana. His 1985 film Revolution, about a fur trapper during the American Revolutionary War, was a commercial and critical failure, which Pacino blamed on a rushed production, resulting in a 4-year hiatus from films. At this time, Pacino returned to the stage. He mounted workshop productions of Crystal Clear, national anthems, and other plays. He appeared in Julius Caesar in 1988, in producer Joseph Papp's New York Shakespeare Festival. Pacino returned to film in 1989's Sea of Love, when he portrayed a detective hunting a serial killer who finds victims through the singles column in a newspaper. The film earned solid reviews. Pacino received an Academy Award nomination for playing Big Boy Caprice in the box office hit Dick Tracy in 1990, of which critic Roger Ebert described Pacino as the scene stealer. In 1991, Pacino starred in Frankie and Johnny with Michelle Pfeiffer, who co-starred with Pacino in Scarface. Pacino portrays a recently paroled cook who begins a relationship with a waitress in the diner where they work. In 1993, Pacino won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his portrayal of the blind U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Frank Slade in Martin Brest's Scent of a Woman. That year, he was also nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Glengarry Glen Ross, making Pacino the first male actor ever to receive 2 acting nominations for 2 movies in the same year and to win for the lead role. Pacino won 3 Golden Globes since 2000, the first being the Cecil B. DeMille Award in 2001 for Lifetime Achievement in Motion Pictures. Pacino next starred as lawyer Roy Cohn in the 2003 HBO miniseries Angels in America, an adaptation of Tony Kushner's Pulitzer Prize-winning play of the same name. For this performance, Pacino won his 3rd Golden Globe for Best Performance by an Actor in 2004. Pacino played Jack Kevorkian in an HBO Films biopic titled You Don't Know Jack, which premiered in April 2010. The performance earned Pacino his 2nd Emmy Award for Lead Actor and his 4th Golden Globe Award. He co-starred as himself in the 2011 comedy film Jack and Jill. The film was panned by critics, and Pacino won the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Supporting Actor at the 32nd ceremony. He was presented with Jaeger LeCoultre Glory to the Filmmaker Award on September 4, 2011, prior to the premiere of Wild Salome, a 2011 American documentary drama film written, directed by, and starring Pacino. He took the title role in the comedy drama Danny Collins, and this performance as an aging rock star garnered him a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Motion Picture Musical, or Comedy nomination. In February 2020, Pacino starred as Meyer Offerman, a fictional Nazi hunter, in the Amazon Video web television series Hunters. This is Pacino's first television series since Angels in America. That's what happened to his life. Al Pacino is one of my all-time favorite actors. Scarface and Justice for All, Dog Day Afternoon, Serpico, The Godfather, and many more top-notch performances from him. I always wanted to inspire him to one day become an actor like him and would mimic